Hi there, my name is Sam, and I am a claims manager for an importer company. In our company, we use Annata Dynamics IDMS, a powerful management solution, which is built as an add-on to Microsoft Dynamics AX and is specifically designed to support the automotive, equipment, rental, and fleet industries. Annata Dynamics IDMS is used to cover industry-specific needs throughout the entire lifecycle of a product, all within one solution. I am going to show you how warranty claims are processed within Annata Dynamics IDMS. In order to see the functionality as a whole, we will start when the dealership creates an inbound claim that I will receive to then process the outbound claim to the manufacturer. The dealer portal lets our dealers carry out certain actions on our main system, such as placing orders for vehicles or parts, returning parts, and view service information. The dealers are able to do this even though they are likely to be independent companies to us. The system also allows them to raise warranty claims. When the dealer logs into the dealer portal and clicks on the case icon, they can immediately see the progress of all claims that have been made. This is updated in real time. This means that they don't have to call or email me or the members of my team in the claims department to get an update. This saves all of us, the dealer included, a lot of time. To create a new claim, they simply click on the Create Claim button. The dealer then needs to enter the device number, and the system shows them the details relating to the vehicle that they have selected. In the action pane at the top of the screen, they are able to click and view any associated information relating to the device as well. This includes things such as checking the usage of the device, checking the custodian information, and so on. Once they have done this, they can click on Next to move to the next step in the process. On this screen, they can type in a name for the claim that they are making. This will help to identify the claim when they are tracking it later on. The dealer can then select the claim type from a drop-down list. This list is set up by us at the importer. They can only see those types that relate to the brand of the device that was originally selected, which matches with the brand sold and serviced by the dealer. This means that we have a great deal of control over what each of our dealers can and cannot see through the portal. If applicable, they can then select the recall that the claim refers to. Occasionally, if a fault is identified by the manufacturer, they will raise a recall. This makes the claims process much easier to follow for both the dealers and ourselves, as the claim from the dealers will include certain details based on the recall. It also makes the validation process much easier for us, as we can reject any claim that does not include the recall information. Once the recall number has been selected, some additional information has been automatically entered in relation to the damage codes. This helps the dealer, as they don't have to remember to fill this in. If the work that needs to be carried out is expensive, the dealer might ask you to give them pre-work approval before they actually start working on the device. They can do this directly through the portal by marking the pre-work approval checkbox. This identifies that they want a code from us to give them permission to start. I'll show you how we can give them this authorization code later on. In this example, the dealer enters the details of when the service work took place and the usage of the vehicle. They can also add further details relating to the work, like notes, solution details, and more. Once all of detail have been completed, they click on Next to move to the next stage. Because this was identified as a recall, the system automatically includes the details from the job list that are expected on the claim. This includes the hours and parts that should be needed to fix the fault. This starts to build up the claim without the dealer having to do anything. It also means that the dealer is not encouraged to make claims for hours or parts that they didn't really use. However, there might be other hours or parts that have been genuinely used and need to be included on the claim. The system gives the dealer the ability to enter them by clicking on one of the icons in the action pane. In this example, they have clicked on the Item icon to add another part that was used to carry out the repair. On the screen that appears, they would simply select the part that was used, enter the quantity, then click on Save and Close. This action adds the additional part to the list of transactions that will be part of the claim. If necessary, by clicking on the Invoice Allocation icon in the action pane, the dealer can identify the invoice on which the part that is being claimed for was purchased. This is part of the automated claim validation process that we use, particularly for expensive parts, that helps us to reduce the fraud in the claims system. As transactions are added, the system summarizes the claim total on the right side of the form. Once all of the transactions are complete, the dealer can click on Next. The dealer can then get the chance to review the details of the claim to double check that everything is correct. This might encourage them to spot errors and fix them before they even send it to us. They can also add supporting documentation to the claim, as it might be that they want to include a photograph of the damage or an inspection report to support the claim. The validation will also pick up things such as wrong dates, so they need to make sure that the information is accurate. All they have to do is click on the Validate button. Once this has been done, they can click on the Submit button to send the claim through to my colleagues in the claims team. As part of the submission process, a validation is normally carried out. Here, the dealer can see an overview of the claim that they have made, and the status is set to Created. My colleagues in the claims team can immediately see it on their system. They can double-click on the claim to review the details. Here we can see all of the lines that were added to the claim by the dealer. You'll notice that a handling fee has also been added to the claim automatically by the system. This is based on the setup that we allow, and helps the dealer to cover their admin overheads. On the right-hand side of this form, my team can see the total charges, the service dates, and the codes relating to the work that has been carried out. You'll also notice that they can see if a pre-work approval has been requested. And this is where we would enter the authorization code, which gives them permission to carry out the work. Once my team have checked the details, and they are happy with what is included on the claim, including reviewing any documents that have been attached, they will click on Confirm. As part of the confirmation posting, they are able to identify if the details on the claim need to be copied onto an outbound claim. This means that we will be making a back-to-back claim to ensure that we get the money back from the manufacturer to reimburse us for the money that we are going to be paying out to the dealer. Having this back-to-back functionality means that fewer mistakes are made with retyping information, and everything is directly linked together. Once the claim is posted as confirmed, the status changes, and this is visible to the dealer in real time back on the dealer portal. And this is an example of how we use Annata Dynamics IDMS to cover our importer management needs. You can now take a look at how other companies are using IDMS by checking the next videos. Thanks for watching.